sweat the small stuff. Now, you might have one special, and you may see it another way, and trust me, I understand where you're coming from on that, because not all are created equal. Some are definitely much more special and keepers for sure, no matter what. Anyway, it's something that has really rocked this country. It becomes much more of a conversation piece. And it just seems like it's an everyday particular thing that people are talking about. Did you hear that Matt Lauer got fired? I mean, it's a big deal. It's big doings. But, I pray for his family. I pray for his colleagues. And I pray especially for any woman that has been mishandled, maybe fired or let go, or inappropriately met to feel bad or creeped out or weirded out or threatened or touched or manipulated or whatever it was that they went through to had to deal with that misconduct. It's unfortunate, and I feel sorry for anybody that's been abused. Abuse is abuse, and I'm not very tolerant of it. I realize that domestic abuse is one of the very top things that go on in America. You'd be surprised at how many domestic disputes, if you look up police reports in your local area, they're on the rise. All sorts of sexual thing, slapping and kicking and all sorts of things. There's a lot of guys out there are sociopaths. To me, that maybe fits somewhat of a profile for people that think that there's nothing wrong with it, that it has some kind of tendencies. Now, I don't want to play an armchair Dr. Phil, but when you don't think that there's anything wrong with it and you continue on with a lifestyle like that, nobody's called you on it, but people have protected you. And Trump says, what about the management? What about the top brass? Well, there's a whistleblower, and we're going to go to the press if you don't do something about it. So I would imagine that this colleague is somebody that he's worked with, or other colleagues at the network. Maybe they were going to release it to the newspaper. That information will be forthcoming. That information will come out, and rest assured, these people are going to get compensation, whether Matt Lauer pays it, whether the network pays for it. But there's going to be an internal investigation regardless. But get ready, folks, for more of this to happen. This is going to be a very commonplace for a while until there's a purging. Many people view this as a good thing, kind of a reset for America, reset for society in general. So this doesn't allow the climate. What's scary for a lot of folks is for the opportunists out there to be able to use this to their advantage to say things that are not true. There's always been the element, for people, for instance, if you're going to a mall and you slip and fall, there's just going to have more lawyers that are going to be more busy, but you can make or break somebody's career. Clearly do it. And I have said this all along. I hope and pray that there's not a slew of people that come out to do this just because they don't like somebody's political view, such as maybe a Roy Moore. I'm not saying that was their motive altogether. Maybe they don't like his politics. And hopefully that wasn't just the main reason why. It does seem to be convenient that he's been on the bench all these years. Now they actually want to hang the guy. Again, I just think that the truth needs to come out regardless. And, it's a lot of accusations, but it dates back a long, long time. Why these ladies didn't come out sooner, I don't know. I can't answer that. But it's a badge of shame for a lot of these women. And a lot of these women, they said, they won't believe you anyways. And back then, 30 years ago, the country was a lot different. I hate to say it, but it was a lot more tolerant of that kind of behavior. Anything kind of went, and they would just dismiss you. And, if you're in a right-to-work state like Florida, like the state that, we're in, I'm in Tampa, Florida, right to work, they don't have to give you an explanation whatsoever. They just can you. If you threaten, you know what, we're just going to let you go. They don't have to give any explanation at all. and that everybody's on the same talking points because everybody wants their job. And they want to protect themselves. But now, they realize now that they can sue for damages. So there's going to be a lot more legal action, a lot more lawyers. They're going to be taking a lot more people to court. You better believe it. That's for sure. But again, a lot of high blood pressures out there, not just Matt Lauer's blood pressure going up. People, and rightly so, that have partaken in this kind of behavior should be shaken in their boots because they could be next, folks. And like I said, there's going to be a lot more. I pray for the people that have done this, that their behavior would cease and they would get help, because this is a deep-rooted issue. It's a spiritual problem to do that. It's a big-time character flaw, as you know. And unfortunately, there's millions of people that suffer from these character flaws in our country. And there's all kinds of flaws, but we're talking about sexual misconduct. We're talking about sexual abuse, unwanted advances. And they come in many different forms, folks. And it's never, ever, ever acceptable. Folks, I appreciate you tuning in. If you'd like to comment about anything, we'd like to hear what you have to say at For the People Show on Facebook, our website. You can find everything, all our social media places at forthepeopleshow.com. forthepeopleshow.com. Remember, we're 100% listener supported, and we appreciate your donations. Keith Allen, For the People, saying all the best. May God bless.